Winner. The Glizzy Guzzler.
He really is an American,
on that one. Bit early for Goofy. Ooh, this is cheeky. This is fun. I like this. Goofy's in the smoke. He's, seeing them on the other side. Well, not seeing them at all. Running into each other. Bodies. Okay, he's been spotted by Holzek. Takes a bite out of both those dogs. And that's 2 opening kills. And the bomb planted for ENCE.
There's no utility here. That's the danger here for Complexity. They have got the numbers, though, and they're just going to overwhelm, running at them on this site immediately. But it's Kyler that gets the first on Floppy. Complexity are closing in, though, and it's that long range of JT. Glaive, the experience, thrown into this 1-on-2. Bomb needs to be stuck. There's no kit.
Yeah, dude, the Glock, though, at this range against USPs. Has to get past the first play before he can even stop the defuse. Finds the kill, needs the headshot. It's connecting. Glaive cuts it up. A 4K for him.
Yeah, that's sloppy, though, from Complexity, really. You're playing body block, but at the same time, there's enough time. There's enough time to try and take that fight at the first instance. Instead, they stick to that 10 seconds. It doesn't go to plan, and Glaive is able to overwhelm. But there's good things that we're seeing here from Complexity. Being aware of this weird play, because JT, I think, headbutts in the smoke with Goofy, but at the same time, rushing, forcing the issue. It doesn't matter, the IGL's on form.
Glaive always known to be a bit of a fragger. Shows how it's done with the Glock. And at that range, which is phenomenal. Collar be feeling a little hard done by. But I like this. They force into this round and they get the MP9s out. So they take the control in towards the B tunnels early. The sort of engagement with the MP9s at close range can still do some damage. Whereas long, it's going to be hard to get those close distances. You got to play around the smokes and rely a lot more on Holzek.
Yeah, but he can take the contact, and there'll come a point where Complexity will look to take space in towards mid and short, and suddenly you can then just over-rotate on the site. And there is Holzek just having a pop, but not finding anything. Only damage going his way. The longer Grim sits in towards lower, the more powerful his position is going to become.
Might become very powerful right now. Yeah, oh, Grim. That one is Grim. That's okay. Legion Floppy recover, and that's the bomb in their hands. JT needs to pick up this rifle. Goofy flanking through lower from behind. Needs to try and step in. SDY wins out the engagement. JT incredibly low. Don't fancy his chances in this position. Going to be hounded from short. The bomb collected, going straight to B. So can no longer guard and deny that going down. And SDY creeping around. Not quite going to spot him. JT does skirt past and maybe can save the Galil. That one almost gets out of hand.
It will be a good save as well, because that means he can drop the Galil or he can drop a Deagle. More importantly, it's just
saving.
2 weapons. I don't think he is. I think you're right. I feel like they're going to try it and trap him in. The walls are already closing, especially with Glaven towards CT spawn. But
that's awkward for Grim, though, isn't it?
Well, he just needs to get the kill. Like,
yeah.
let's be real. Like, that was not a hard kill to grab. He just couldn't collect it.
He got trigger happy, I feel. Like, he didn't take that moment. I think even seeing, like, the way Kyler ascended onto Xbox there, he wasn't looking at him at all. Like, the time was there, but Grim just felt, I've got to pounce right now. The spin. And he falls. So the full spy doesn't collect for Complexity.
What a storyline this would be, because in effect, we've got, if ENCE wins this best of one, I'm looking ahead, but I'm trying to storyline here, guys, trying to set the narrative. It would be really proving the value of best of ones to underdog teams, because Aurora beating Falcons and the Mongols semi-finals. If ENCE beat Complexity and MIBR, they're hard best of ones to get by, but it means that they're in the semi-finals.
Yeah, ENCE, the whole teams, this team that has only just come together as this 5 in the last week or two. Barely any prac time. Kyler gets one and information. He is in trouble and is going to be found, deleted. And Holzek gets a dink, but that's always going to be allowed. So they get past the pistols with ease.
Yeah, and this is no alliance. It's going to be a much more difficult game for the likes of Complexity. And of course, it is that CT side, you need to just set yourselves up with just a few rounds, but the D2 is very attack heavy. It's very much in favor of this T side because you can pull the rotates, and also when you execute, it can be a little bit overwhelming at times. I think what's good is we've had sort of 3 rounds of play, everyone is contributing, and now the acceleration has changed. Floppy needs to hold on and gets undone by the MAC-10s. There's so much util damage being applied, but ENCE don't care.
All right, also gets one back from long range through the doors onto Goofy, but...
Doesn't matter, they're saving.
Yeah, that's it anyway. As soon as B's gone... I don't want to kind of jump on anyone, but it's a bit wild from Floppy to play the close position on the first gun round with the M4A4 when, you know, ENCE have got a MAC-10 in the mix. You know, there's a good chance of something pacey coming out. Guess just overwhelmed by Goofy flying around that corner.
It's not only that, it's the fact that he is currently solo, anchoring down that bomb site. It's not like he can tuck away and wait for the rotates. He's in a very committed spot.
Yeah,
there.
even like Car, right? You've at least got some room to move with while that rotation comes from mid. Well, that one's over quickly.
But again, you got to really credit Glaive because that's just a fast play. You know they're going to be investing into that round. You know the guns are going to all be in play. And you just take your spawns. Dust 2, the only map in the active pool right now where spawns are changing consistently. It isn't the same set 5. So you can have these spawns for B and you can just prey on Complexity's downfall with that if you're that T side because you will get there faster.
You know what would make Dust 2 better?
Just removing it.
Yes, but I think if you always had the furthest forward B and furthest forward A spawn, like 2 of your players guaranteed those spots, I think that would be a cool change to it. The rest can be random.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of the fact that we've got fixed spawns for every map and they haven't got fixed spawns for this.
No, I agree. I agree. Boo to spawn-based Counter-Strike.
And then you've seen the aggression, and now you slow things down. You've got an extremity player for ENCE, and now you're just taking the guts of the map. They've got really good space here.
Yeah, and you know 2 players about to drop rifles, so you know just in general it's going to be a bit of a limitation in terms of the utility. So you just waste the clock down, let them use up those smokes mollies. You can retake that ground later.
The thing is as well with the CT side of Dust 2 is it sometimes feels like you're going for these timings or at random moments to try and gain information, try and get control back. The obvious one when you take a look at this round is either JT pushing his smoke, which he won't do. So now you're looking at Grim on the long outskirts. You're just praying for some form of information. It comes with a blow on the smoke here for Floppy as he drops his nade in, but he doesn't see anything. So now this resmoke, it does come in towards upper at a really good time, but for ENCE, they might just execute through it anyway.
Because what sort of execute is this? It's 2 flashes and 2 mollies. There's not a smoke left. They drop 1 towards the lurk, 1 in mid. They're just going to have to run straight in.
They're really hoping that Kyler can deal with these rotates then to isolate these fights on the site.
3 players go into the 2 on site. Can JT and Floppy hold? Elige gets 1 on the lurk. JT doubles up. They do take him down. Floppy as well fell, but Elige in middle can't convert the spray. But Holzak hits his shot through the doors, and that was enough. They drop the bomb. Goofy on the lurk, can't do a thing.
And I tell you what, it might have to be these spawn-based plays coming out of ENCE a lot more in this event in particular because of the lack of practice. Because we just saw it completely fall apart in that mid-round.
But if Holzak didn't hit that shot, right, which is from CT spawn through the doors on B, a hard shot, he doesn't hit that. The bomb gets planted, and you got Goofy in mid for a perfect post plant.
Yes, but at the same time, it didn't happen that way.
No, it didn't happen. But like, that's just speaking to the margins.
True.
Holzak saves the round, and Elige opens up with an aggressive push onto Glaive.
I'll see you later. Heaviest hitter for ENCE, in fact, in Glaive being dropped. He sometimes just has these pop-off moments against the top teams in Counter-Strike. We saw it when they actually played against Astralis, and he was just out for revenge, destroying them. Putting up similar numbers here. JT, the counterpart on the other side, also having a brilliant game. This nade is going to blow the smoke, but Kyler's already over. But that one step means that Grim is a well-placed microphone in the round.
Yeah, Kyler's kind of stuck now on ramp, and he's going to have a little bit of a nosy forward. Can't get past Grim. Nice little headshot angle. Kyler had to force the fight he felt after making that sound cue. So now all the ground you've scored is T-spawn and long. Cody's AWP. going to be praying for something, but if you're Complexity, you're not going to peek into long. You're not going to give him that fight.
This is a really cool mid-round because they dropped a smoke in towards top mid, really deep, to get Halzak back on the line to isolate this fight over at top mid, and then Leash can step in from short, which meant all your long players could just focus over at long, and then JT was always that second entry to try and support either mid or short. Goofy's now trying to step in Kyler's shoes, but this isn't going to go well for him. Grim's moved to a different headshot angle.
Yeah, this round is like, Goofy, if you can get the 2 kills on site, that's 1, that's 2. Oh, the Molly doesn't throw it to Gandalf.
He's aware.
But he's found him. Elige takes a couple of shots. Goofy's doing everything. Can't finish the job onto either, and time is running out. But if he can get the bomb down, Pody has the line, but Elige has the kill. And Pody just has to run, has to save.
That's so close. That's so close. That literally is so goofy that it even works in the first place. But he is finding so much damage. Those two should have been kills.
If he'd thrown the molly onto Gandalf.
It's those fine margins again, but it's Complexity that are just bringing it forward. And here there's so many different sort of poking and prodding maneuvers. Elige at the first instance and then re-engages in towards short because Halzak's reset on the line.
I really like the very fast rotation into CT as well, and those players down there revealing themselves so that Goofy doesn't feel safe to swing onto Gandalf and Elige. Forces him to play more defensively, and Elige able to capitalize on that, but almost slips out of their grasp, but it was a walk-in round.
It's one of those where you're going to have the individuals of ENCE overperform and find these multi-kills. We've already seen it in that instance there. But for Complexity, you're going to have this experience that Des was talking about. You're going to have all of these different variations that you're going to pull out at any given moment. And that makes the default really uncomfortable when you've got a lack of playing time in the server together for ENCE. So now you look to the output. Now you look to someone like an SDY. Now you look to Glaive to see if he can continue to perform. Pody's boost nets nothing. Don't even know if they saw floppy cross.
Goofy. Oh! Okay. USP can't get it done. HE not going to either. Floppy does catch the lurking Kyler. So it does favor Complexity despite that opening kill not going their way.
That's a lot of util been used as well. Take a look at this. Grim is the only one with a full belt. There are no smokes left apart from the ones in Grim's pocket.
Eyes on both sides of the server. Pody's going to go searching, going to go hunting. Doesn't clear deeper. So Grim remains unchecked. With that smoke fading, there's no further way to flank mid to be. Goofy might just post up and kind of, again, be that late lurk, try and catch up the rotations through CT while they just hit as 3 into this bomb site.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere else but B potentially because of the lack of utility. But that smoke thrown in their face towards top tons is going to completely change their direction. And now with Goofy's space, he has to sort of be that player. But no, instead, ENCE with 30 seconds, they keep changing their mind. This feels horrible. This feels so uncomfortable.
Well, but the bomb's going into short, so...
The fake in the mid to B and then the commitment.
Yeah, okay, let's see how it works out. Halzak just has the perfect spot at car. Going to be distracted by the CT players. And I guess they wanted to see where they would get the kill. But instead, they're the ones that give it up. They could... Well, they have to try going to B. There's 10 seconds left. There's just no time. Grim, at the back of the side, he's going to win it right here, right now. Never known. And again, time, the biggest enemy of ENCE. One player trying to survive, and he just about does.
That's so chaotic. Again, you got 20 seconds left. Goofy's the one that actually takes the first piece of contact out in towards middle. And he wins out those 2 fights. I think the word Cuban used was unexpected. That is an unexpected moment there in that round. The fact that he finds 2 openers towards A, but they don't have enough time, which means they need to just commit in towards that B site.
That's crazy. There are 2 players go up short, 2 in mid, and they just go, all right, we'll see if we get a kill, and then we'll just go. I guess when you don't have the utility, you kind of do just have to search for a kill and find that opening yourselves. All right, 100% successful. Let me give you the T. Halzak's 1 for 1. Pody, 0 for 0. So Brady's technically winning the opening duel battle. However, Halsek has many more kills. 6 right now, Purdy 3. And also hit the one that won that round.
Glaive said the most important thing in the interview to me, which is really interesting. And he said that we needed more voices in our team. In this teething period, there's going to be a lot of voices contributing, which is why the mid-rounds might look so muddled as well. This one starts out as you expect. It is a force buy, but it's Grim on the angle in towards long. He dispatches of one. And they just rotating the guns out to make sure that ENCE can't upgrade.
Yeah, yoink away that M4 that was saved. Goofy goes for a look. Feels a bit silly when it's not there. Beat for free for Glaive. So that's a kill that is a bit odd to get back. I don't know. I suppose Elige was meant to be covering for him, and it just timing didn't quite work out with the smoke and distraction. So there's an upgrade for Glaive.
Oh, Elige hanging around here.
Gets dinked. You've given them an opportunity. Play is low though, and Goofy just has the deagle. Imagine, yeah, some guns get juggled around. AK here, guys. Goofy can grab it. JT is going to need to do everything. Sits back, a nice off angle, and he's going to peek. Going to see a lot of players. Gets one onto Kyler. He needs more. He's running out of bullets. 4 in the chamber. Has the support. It's arrived. Halsek slips into window. And again, time. Time is a massive issue for ENCE. Less than 20 seconds. You got to make a call. And again, an individual lost in middle. Has to be up through short. Grim is here. And Grim runs them down.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really well done from Complexity. ENCE keep trying to change the direction of where they're going in the last sort of 30, 20 seconds. And this round, they've already adjusted here, Complexity. Grim has been on that angle, holding short for at least 35 seconds. They know exactly what's up. Even when JT takes the contact, he doesn't move a muscle.
It's a tough spot for Grim, though, in Elevator there, because, like, you know, you lose one of those fights, you go down. The bomb can be planted, but I suppose it's always going to be favorable. Unless he doesn't get anything.
Yeah, but also, you will not expect him in that angle.
True.
You're always going to be looking at the pixel headshot lines inside itself, at ramp, and also potentially goose it. There's no way you're considering an elevator when you're first going around that corner, so he was in the perfect spot. I also think where Complexity know the buy is just weaker anyway, he can kind of take those risks of being more in the open, but as you said, they are risks.
Yeah, I felt like he must have been kind of mid-rotation to B because of the contact and then just couldn't get back around to ramp. So he's like, well, this is a decent position anyway. I just need to get one and I've done my job with this time left. It's a nice round from Grim. Yeah, Floppy gets a little caught out there.
I think, yeah, as you were saying, sort of in the play-by-play, Elige, it felt like he would at least hear them walking in, but he didn't. And that was the force. So suddenly you're on a very similar buy. JT spots them scaling in towards mid. This feels like a faster play to try and take short. And they are up there with the bomb.
Very fast. The Deagle leading the charge. Halsek easily wins out that engagement. Now Elige wants peace. But ENCE aren't going to commit further. Small bit of utility for Glaive. This one smoke. Ooh. That one grazes Goofy. Lucky it bounced a little bit, or that could have just been his demise right there, right then. Okay, Elige's just going to walk in. Oh, Brody's going to drive by, but JT was there to support. That's the bomb in mid-doors. Goofy's in CT spawn, and they know. So Goofy, good luck, my friend. Gonna need it. Kyler with the Deagle. Not much he can get done. JT's going to bait in Grim. Even Floppy's going to walk over, so no further damage inflicted. Complexity take the lead.
That's twice now Elige's been caught by those doors completely on his own. Sure, JT was there to trade in this round, but that has happened probably one too many times already for Elige and Complexity's liking. So that's something that needs to be considered moving forward. For Complexity, just sort of in their default, but also something that ENCE could potentially exploit. Because when they've tried to go long together as a pack, they've been undone. When they try to go anywhere as a pack, they've been undone. So it's been these individual efforts from ENCE that they've been trying to just sort of spread over the map and try and catch off these players on the extremity. But there's your difference. Pody doesn't take this fight in towards mid. He gets the long spawn and he finds one. Halsek can't trade, but he knows SDY is invested very deep into mid.
On the angling, he tries to jump out or peek up. So SDY is kind of stuck here at the moment.
But it means that Halsek is stuck as well because he has to hold the angle the entire time.
Does get the tag on SDY. So good damage. Elise tries to push through long. And Kyla lies in wait. 2 opening kills. Glaive might even get a third here as JT comes around the corner. That one's easy as you like. Goofy gets the aggressive floppy. Ends up getting the opener. Just sit and wait for the aggression of Complexity, and they are rewarded.
It's too basic. It's too basic for Complexity in this round because, sure, you can think of the Elige one. You go, okay, that makes sense. You try and get a kill elsewhere. Halsek is locked into the angle, so it needs to be a rifle that's flexible. But then everyone just goes one by one. Nice shot, but the trades are going to be immediate. A little bit of damage here and there for Halsek, but those kills are inconsequential.
All starts with the spawn for Pody Long. Gets his shot. Yup. Much better than the M4 he took there last time he had that spawn. That's what you want to see. Pody taking these opening duels and winning them out. Get him involved early. Wow. Damn. Can't stop the flop.
I don't know. He's been stopped recently. I feel like his form has taken a little bit of a downward trend. When you talked about Complexity, especially towards maybe sort of January of this year, you spoke more about him and Elige, but now it's sort of Grim, Halsek entering the conversation. I think for Complexity fans, they're hoping that no one can stop the flop, because if he finds form, this team is going to be undeniable.
Yeah, I'm really glad that Halsek has kind of signed this contract with them again to stay with the team because his form has certainly increased in this year. Goofy. Trying to edge it. It might not be the climax he's looking for. Blown and destroyed. So that's Complexity resting that opening kill. There's a lot of players committed, but ENCE, they get to exploit this gap, but they might just walk through contact. JT with the 5-7, not the weapon for the job. And mid to B would do wonders. Halsek's alone on B with that AWP, and JT falls.
The issue is with that kill, Kylo can threaten mid to B, and they should go on it. I'm really glad that they are. Halsek, though, has got the AWP, but he misses the shot. We'll bag him through the doors. That's ridiculous. But they know he's also tagged, so Kylo will go investigate. We'll drop the utility. Bomb's still not yet committed here. But if Kylo confirms the kill, that surely should be it. They are battling. They're biffing in towards mid. And Kylo's actually fallen, so now Halsek's got space. ENCE just need to go to a site together. Come on, guys.
If they just committed B, they didn't realize. They see the AWP there and they assume there's a supporting rifler.
Oh, they're boosted up. This is scary. They've made it. Okay, Elige has got behind that smoke.
9 bullets. In such a committed position, but it's Elige. And of all the players you want in this spot, he's your man.
Surely you don't clear this.
Floppy takes contact at long. Elige swings, runs out of bullets. Up against the AWP, though, the USP. It might be enough time again, an issue. The bomb's in short. They can't deal with Elige, and he's done enough. The USP with the follow-up kill. Glaive has to run away again. ENCE leave it too late. And it all falls apart.
I cut myself off. I cut myself off in this round because Kylo got the kill on JT and I was worried because it looked like they were going to reposture towards short anyway. And then they thought about going mid to B. They took contact with Halsek and they decided, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. But by wasting that amount of time and with everyone being in towards the mid doors, you lose so much space because if there's another player on B for Halsek, you can walk tunnels and you're going to get wrapped. The player's out long. You've got no info. They could have pushed and they could have flanked you in top mid. There's so many possibilities running through ENCE's head, and all they needed to do was go together. There's that second AWP on Elige, but it's JT that takes the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll swap it around. Maybe not.
Nah, JT won't.
Ali just had a taste of the AWP, and he's like, well, you know what? It's pretty tasty. Interesting flash play. Grim avoids it. He's been doing wonders out long. 2 rounds in a row where he's gotten that first kill. Keeps it under lock and key. Zach hits his on the line, can fall back. There's alert going on at B. Floppy caught Kyla last time, and though JT gets sold down the river, it's all good.
Here's what I'm talking about from the round before, right? Where you've got only info in mid. ENCE need to commit into a play, and they will, but at the same time, JT has fallen, but it's Grim that's pushed long. And Horzak's the only one on the angle right now at A. There's no util to get them over, so Pody has to be the one to take contact.
There's no way you can get past Horzak here, yeah. Not without util, not without a flashbang to force him back. There's one thrown back the other way. Pody has got a lot of space to work with, but he walks straight into Horzak, who hits his shot and leads Complexity to a 7-5 half.
Went straight for the title, no time to idle. I finna get it, put that on the Bible. This is survival, gotta treat every move made like the final. 1 by a mile, nobody believe it, they all in denial. Hey, look at me, still in the show, that's the crook in me. They want me gone with the hook in me, asking why is he here like I shouldn't be. I've been on grind since Otto, 10,000 hours the motto. They see the bag is coming out and flocking to me like I won the lotto. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Yeah, I gotta get it. Get it, don't mindset. Ay, back with a vengeance, back on the grinds, back to the business. Ay, God is my witness, they watching my moves like shows they binging. Ay, best keep distance, all of my haters send best the wishes. I get to the bag with the quickness, no I don't need no assistance, no. Yeah, no playing it safe, I said let's get it, you say not today. What can I say, you ain't gon' go for it, get out the way. Yeah, got no time to waste, can't be with me if you not at my pace. You not at my level, you not in my race. One foot on the gas, I'm pushing on brakes. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Get it, don't mindset.
I'm taking my pain away, nothing else more to say. Everything that I have, I'll give. First, you gotta pick a side. Now you got a team and you're rolling with the pride. Wanna play the game, make it to the end. I wanna bring it back again. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in.
You can see the value of a pistol round, and ENCE grabbed theirs, and suddenly we got off to a 4-0 start, but it's the gun rounds that were eluding them. what a difference a pistol could make. Complexity out long, but ENCE, there's 2 here, ready and waiting to receive, and maybe all you need is Goofy. 3 kills immediately, SDY steps in for another, and Elige is left completely on his own.
Well, that's one way to kick off the second half. Goofy, what a hold towards long. Grim strafes around the door, but it matters not. Goofy, headshot after headshot. A blistering start to this half. And honestly, fans, I know the scoreline doesn't favor them, but I know those gun rounds didn't go the best for them. But considering what this team's been working with, considering that the small amount of time they've had, there's only a few micro errors kind of in the decision making there. You know, some of the points where they could have gone as a group, could have committed to a fight. You can see the promise of this team. And looking to maybe deliver on it sooner than many would have thought. Holzek has the hero scout, so he'll be happy to rock that one into 2 rounds. Goofy, he wants some more kills. Got a taste for blood in the last round. Pody with a double with the MP9. So happy days for ENCE as they don't lose a player.
Yeah, very clean. Holzek the only one to really invest, though. Probably goes for another scout, and everyone else just gets on the rifles. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And sure, look, it is details when it comes to the decision making for ENCE, and it definitely shows the teething troubles, but they were major errors. And especially when you're playing a lot more reactive on that CT side, that can really creep in and get a little bit dangerous. So I like this decision here to get aggressive, to take space early, because then you're guaranteeing, okay, well, sure, it's probably going to be this long hit. Complexity got the space, though, and SDY has fallen. That makes things complicated.
Where did Glaive take the damage from? Is that a teammate's grenade or his grenade? I'm not sure, but Purdy going for the flash play. Sprays, and it's only a little bit of damage done. Kyla not going to spot that leg.
Ooh, Holzek's heard them all rotate away, though. And look at Glaive on the flank instead. Elige will deal with him. It was that nade from Goofy that does the damage. And suddenly you're in a 4-on-2. The bomb site belongs to Complexity. This is a really tricky retake if you even want to go for it. And now it's just Kyla.
Wow. He just got Eliged. Fluffy closes it. Well, that one starts with a self-grenade and doesn't get much better from there on out. Bit of pace towards long. Elige on the T side is an absolute menace. Was having some struggles, it felt like, on the CT side when it came to the fights in mid, but an AK in his hands. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. What can he do? Oh my. Now you gotta fight him out long. He's going fast, he's blinded, and he's continuing to scale. Kyla spraying with that MP9, gets Holzek, but Elige is still here, still shooting. JT to support.
This is what you're going to get out of your Complexity T side, Lucy. This is what's going to happen. They're just going to try and brute force. Pody is now trying to flank here, but you've already got Floppy holding. Floppy is the master at just holding for these lurk plays. However, Pody on this angle, you might not expect him if you're Floppy. And no, he's
dead.
not.
And now Pody can just post here, but I feel like he wants to get the AWP involved, right? You feel like you need to be present when this hit comes.
You know the acceleration is now going to come over here. You've seen the AWP up top mid. He's not going to go for that flank, so you need to make sure if you're Complexity to get on the site. Boost up is great, though, but Grim deals with the AWP, and Grim deals with SDY.
Straight to the graveyard for Pody and SDY, as well as the chances for ENCE in this round. Pody with that flank felt like that was it. He was going to get back into short B in the perfect position, but he loses out to Grim. 2 players so low. That one came very close. The ideas were all there for ENCE. I felt like the setup was perfect.
I'll tell you what happened, though, is that Pody's actually gone for like a Hades-esque play. Because when you watch Hades, when you just see him and what he brought to this ENCE team, it was aggressiveness in that AWP. It was also a lot of numbers. And now you replace him, you feel like you need something different, you go in a different direction. That's what the ENCE Academy team is there for. So Pody gets promoted, also stood in with the main team a little bit before the entire roster shuffles were made. And he's made sort of like that hero aggressive play, and that shows a lot of confidence. It also shows forward thinking and the trust in ENCE to allow him to just push top mid with this AWP. And that's exactly what the team needs, and it's in moments like this, it's in maps where Grim is just destroying you, but you can get these reps, you can get this experience, and you can get the belief from your team if you are making these plays.
That's 2 rounds in a row where I've just watched the Complexity Rifler look like a robot. Like, the taps from Elige, and then Grim on that 75-degree perfect swivel.
Bald buff.
Yeah. Baldy's got it done.
Oh,
Purdy gets it done out long though. Elige removed. Purdy on the move.
It's another one of those situations where you lose your only player on an extremity, and the only control you've got is in towards tunnels, which means you need to duel, which means you're going into this setup. You're not ready for Glaive, and Kyler strikes from down low. This is all falling apart for Cole. Hulzerk hits one. Grim's trying to go over the top, but maybe all you need is Hulzerk. He doubles down. Molly can now be put forward, and now you've got to retake the most difficult site in the game.
Purdy's closed doors. The smoke is deep. But a re-smoke lands at his feet, but it's all on Hulzerk. Will have to be the ace clutch, and Purdy pushes through the doors. And AWP was all they brought into this round. A couple of pistols around it. And that's all they needed.
And it's because Complexity didn't have any map control. As soon as Pody gets aggressive, pushes Elige off that line, the only space they've got is in towards tunnels. So you have to go B.
Really nice setup with the PT50 and the 5-7 as well. The layering, one close to the stack on the lower level and then up on top with the 5-7. PT50 takes first contact and kind of just jiggles the angle. Yeah, you'll see it back here. It's a little lucky on the spam, but all by design. Also does a good job of giving them a chance back into it, but Pody won't let him capitalize on it. And now we get the double up on the end side. SDY has one in his hands.
Yeah, everyone on Monte had to go at a secondary AWP in a
That's not the smoke you wanted, is it?
No.
I think that was meant to be mid to B. Maybe looked at the wrong piece of wood.
But at the same time, at least you get control in towards mid doors. You can threaten, pushing through the edge of it. Big
Ooh,
nade.
crunchy.
That is breaking bones. And another.
Yeah, you got to remember, you got Glaive as the mastermind of this team.
Oh, there
that
you go.
utility is going to be on point.
Damn, Grim didn't see a single player in that round.
Got any more? No, I think that's all 3 of his HEs. Kyler and Purdy still have one.
This is a great play, though, because Complexity can scale. If they've got one more flashbang, which they've just used to push SDY off, this could get tricky, but he hits JT, and Glaive can now hear them scaling in towards the site. Floppy is currently just being avoided.
Yeah, bomb to be planted. Elige half HP, and Floppy is so far removed.
But he is holding the rotate, so that gives Complexity a lot more time on this site. But you got to be careful about long. Boost up. Flashbang's really good, but Elige can't do anything. So then it has to fall in towards Hulzerk. And now Floppy is just running and hopping away. And Pody's already seen him. That bomb can be defused.
Get the kill and take the AWP away. That's at least something you can save into the next round. That one hinged on getting a multi from Elige and Hulzerk. But all credit to Glaive in that round with the delaying utility. Those HEs were brutal. Kept them at bay. Got a kill. And as soon as they get the bomb down, they're already battered.
And that was the force buy for Complexity as well. Sure, they got the bomb down. I mean, they saved this AWP. It'd be interesting to see the buy that they can bring forward with the loss bonus that's been accumulating over the last few rounds. It might be okay. They've come alive here in this second half. It's really interesting just watching the way that ENCE are moving around the map, and it is through this contact that Pody is getting. We've already seen his impact out towards long, pushing in towards top mid. He's been given a lot of freedom here, and we know that Dust 2 is that AWP map, but it's good to see the youngster is having a lot of belief instilled in him.
Yeah, and it's a great testing ground for him as well, right onto this roster. Give him that freedom. Let him see what he can do with it. The pressure's somewhat off. You didn't expect to be in this winners match.
Yeah, I mean, coach said it, right?
Ooh, okay. Nice shot.
Oh, that nade's going to do damage. Maybe not.
Again, this is that saved AWP. Gets the opener. It did look for a second like he was going to be on for that second, but that's a really nice shot from Kyler.
I want to talk a little bit about Pody and just the ENCE Academy project in general, because I think YT's done a really good job at just kind of creating this academy, and they've been given a lot of time and officials. That they were originally the first instance and like iteration of ENCE Academy. They were all Finnish guys, but they would communicate deliberately in English.
Yeah, I remember this.
And it would continue forward. So the further they went, the more in English they communicated, just over the months and over the years. So when they got the call up, and the way that CS is moving, it's so you can already be ready to already comm internationally. And where ENCE has gone full international, this is perfect for Pody just to step in.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? What a nice approach. Obviously helps that YT is English. Would have had a hard time in Finnish.
And they were, to start with, I think in the first 6 months, it was more like 70% Finnish.
Okay.
Complexity going for the A finish.
Right.
30 seconds, and look at all these nades again for ENCE.
Flash, and then you imagine, yeah, there's that blow.
There's another one.
Oh, timing should be good. Actually, it doesn't quite blow it, but the bullets will get the job done anyway. Through the smoke goes Goofy for 2. Elige can save this AWP. Does mean no loss bonus for him, but he's got the money for armor and can be dropped by Holzak. So it's not going to be a big deal. Going down after time would suck, though.
Oh, yeah. And I think he might. They
Yeah,
are swarming.
he's done. So no AWP, and now he is lacking in funds.
I think he's got 4,500. I think he's okay. But...
No, Elige's got 1,900.
Oh, I was reading the wrong player. Oh, dear.
Yeah, Holzak can buy. He was meant to be dropping Elige. That was the point.
Yeah, that's true. Yikes.
Time goes the other way. It's been ENCE's biggest enemy on the T side. Now, Elige is the victim. Yeah, unlucky Deagle.
Oh, and leg. Maybe he gets the AK after all, because Grim's going to be running. Elige's actually in tunnels, trying to set up these players. Pody dodges the flash. A lot of early control being asserted continuously by ENCE that keeps Cole back.
Beautiful
This
angle.
setup. Oh, it hinged on him getting that kill.
SDY gets one as well onto Elige. And Goofy, not known top mid. This one is a complete collapse. Goofy is 21 for 13. Having a lights out game.
So's Glaive.
Yeah, Glaive. He started this with the 4K. He's keeping up. Floppy, damage control. We're going to be overwhelmed. So many players. Not a single one falls for ENCE. Are we about to have the upset of the tournament? Certainly looks like it.
They got to call a pause here, Complexity. And also, what's interesting, very quickly, Glaive and Kyler were bottom of the board, if I'm not mistaken, for against MIBR on Nuke. It was SDY, it was Pody, it was those new guys that were stepping up. And now suddenly we've got 2 more that have entered the equation. So 4 players over the team overall are now taking, and they're all sharing the spotlight. That is a really good sign. This is 11-9. It's just pistols here for Cole. And Elige needs to rip heads off with the Deeg.
The words of Sam Gamgee. You've got to share the load. Uh-oh.
There it
Elige.
is.
That's an AWP. How much more damage can he do? Not a lot. AWP gets blown away as well. These HEs, even unintentionally, are doing wonders. Although, that can be recovered. Again, further damage. But hey, you've gotten yourselves a bomb plant, and that's massive at this stage. And there's still a chance. Holzak has an AWP in his hands. Brought down low, misses his chance, looking for a second one, and he'll take it. Complexity. They walk through the explosions in short, and they're the ones that come out with the win.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They just completely move forward by it. They just disrespect the utility. They deny it and suddenly get themselves that AWP that was blown back. 3 of them all swing onto the player and towards CT. And you put Holzak on an AWP. It's these post plants that are really good for Complexity. The danger has been getting to that point in the first place. They've been given a lot of respect over towards ENCE. Here, with nothing to lose, they throw caution to the wind, and it's the individuals that come out on top.
Complexity get a freebie. At least when they weren't favored to win. And so be a little upset. That could have been 12.
This is wild. So they've dropped fake B smokes, but At the same time, ENCE's reaction to this is to push long. If Complexity reset towards these long doors, they're going into a setup they are not ready for.
Yeah, it's a really cool response to it because, sure, even if they go short, which is that gap, you've got long control, so you've got a really nice post plant. Pody's holding an off angle with the AWP. Yeah, that's disgusting. Now he can drop the molly. Now he can drop the smoke. Now he can call the support. They're going to burst through. And Pody, he's quick. JT gets one back, just spamming through that smoke. We've lost too many players to that AWP. Even SDY found his in mid. How do you recover this one? Holzek going to be hunting, looking for Glaive. Might find him. Misses the mark. For Glaive, he can just bail.
Yeah.
2 players on each bomb site. You feel like that should be enough.
You got Kyler, who's already in tunnels. But JT will find him. Low HP, comes as a consequence. Doesn't swap. The AWP with Holzek right now. Mid to B smokes are in. If they go B, it's just Glaive, but he has re-pushed tunnels for the moment.
They know Glaive is here. They saw him skirt back after Holzek missed that shot. And 20 seconds, time, again, gonna be everything, and they can push this smoke in mid.
Look at CTs, they're gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're right, but there is that trade. Holzek's now the one that's low, and SDY re-walks through that smoke and guarantees that round for ENCE. Glaive was always the insurance policy, and that sets them on that point.
Yeah, they knew that time wasn't there. It had to be the mid to B. They dropped the players into CT. All they need to do was walk through the smoke at the right time. They don't do it immediately. They wait for them to get close to doors where they're starting to focus their attention on Glaive, on B. That's when they strike. And that's enough for map point, the semi-final point for ENCE.
You got to also take a look. You'll look at the stats for this game and you'll be like, oh, Pody's like 12 and 14. His second half impact has been phenomenal. The amount of opening kills he has locked in for ENCE, the amount of map control he's got single-handedly has really enabled these rifles to be a lot more dynamic. And now we are seeing the mid-round calls come through from ENCE. Glaive re-walking tunnels just for a split second, see if he could hear anything. Kyler, who already walked in towards lower in the first instance, just providing threats.
Everyone on ENCE except for SDY is positive on opening doors. Goofy and Pody both 4 for 2. Whereas Complexity, it's just Holzek who's matching that. And Elige, who normally is your opener, having mixed success. ENCE getting aggressive. Yeah, Elige, he's going to hear them. Does get out. He's just got a deagle. The Lions investment on your star. They have managed to get some long control.
Good response from SDY. He's now pushed short at the same time Goofy has. So now you're using that space to push beyond. And now you lock in the Complexity you've got long. You can just shoot through the smoke. Awesome from Glaive. The rotates are in.
JT gets one back. Close in the smoke. Don't spot anything. Complexity are in this awkward position where they're kind of all just stuck out long. They've dropped their smokes. Holzek does have one more.
If they freeze, you can rely a lot on Elige here. But because of the control was already taken in tunnels, he doesn't feel good enough to push. And SDY over the top finds 2. This one surely is over.
SDY, a quiet game so far, has stepped up. Some big impact. Elige, yeah, sure, he gets his lurk, but it doesn't matter. Goofy spotted the bomb. SDY confirms. And it's all into Elige. A 1 versus 3. HE, just to make matters worse for him, over the ramp comes SDY and ENCE. Book a spot in the semi-finals.
Yeah, your semi-finalists right now are Aurora and ENCE. And that is the impact that best of ones have, but that's also the impact of this new lineup for ENCE. They are playing without pressure. They are playing like they just want to get the reps in, and it was perfect, to be honest. I was really impressed with these mid-round. Sure, T-side, it was sloppy.